Hello. Hi guys. Gosh. It has been a while since I picked this up, other than a few sketchbook spreads I've been doing. I made like a really chaotic sketchbook spread, and I like it. I have like some Posca pens here, like gouache, and yeah, that was fun. But I will be attempting to do another final piece with the gouache. I feel like I'm not really good at using gouache. It's a learning experience, and I'm taking you along with me. So I'm going to do a final piece and see where that goes. I've mostly, painted from photos, but today I'm thinking of doing a more stylized piece. I was inspired by a lot of different artists I saw on YouTube. I did start the sketch. It's turning out pretty well so far, but I am going to continue. Let me just finish that up. For today's sketch, I went with a sort of three-eyed profile. I've been doing a lot of full body drawings lately, so it was nice to sketch something in my comfort zone. I did my best to exaggerate the eyes because I feel like that was the part I mainly wanted to be prominent. You know, I am actually pretty surprised that the sketch is coming out so clean right now. Like you might know, I am not very neat when it comes to sketching. Might be because I was following a photo reference for the head position. I'm thinking of doing line art I'm thinking about doing line art just around the eye portion because those details are easy to mess up. I think that might be better in the long run. Alrighty, I lined the eyes and now time for the gouache portion. Oops, I forgot to clip down the page. When the page gets wet from the gouache, it usually buckles, so clipping it down prevents it just a bit. Whether it be alcohol markers or gouache, for me the best thing is to start with a really light base. I mix up a muted, watery skin tone and began filling in the skin. I used a leftover grayish purple color on the hair. For now, the shading was to be done with layering each of the colors. I did end up using the purple to shade the skin, but that actually made it look very monochromatic and overall kind of bland. I think I was playing it a bit safe. Also, one thing you'll notice is that the lips kind of get lost in the paint, like, they're a bit deformed the entire time. Later on, a lot of these issues do get fixed, but just keeping in mind for now. I'm thinking for a little extra sort of, something, I'm going to add a tear running down the face right here. Yeah, I know, cliche, but I thought it would look cool. And the same color in the background to kind of tie it all together. I initially thought that the aqua would be a good pop of color, but it just made the other colors look so bland in contrast. And once I started adding that tiny accent, I couldn't stop. I also tried to use the aqua color for the eyelashes. I don't know how well it worked out. I wanted this character to have super long eyelashes, but they ended up looking like spider legs. There are many times I try to be funny, but I'm not exactly that funny. If you are looking for funny content to watch, I suggest you go check out this video in which I challenge someone to create a character. I will link the video and the channel in the description. Okay, I'm gonna try something with the background where it's gonna almost drip down. Hopefully it turns out cool. I wish I could angle the camera up, but I don't have my setup set up like that. I mainly did that part off camera, and I got a pretty cool effect afterwards. In an attempt to make the drawing more interesting, I also splattered on some freckles. Me being me, I just wanted to add more to the piece, so getting a bit ambitious, I add this weird element to her head. Big mistake. Alrighty, it is the next day. My desk is a mess, as always, but I feel like the piece yesterday is just a bit, bland. It's very one-toned, and I kind of messed up the background here. I really like the sketch though, and I think I don't want to let it go to waste, so possibly, I'm gonna try and make it a bit more stylized and see how that goes. And if I totally mess it up, then oh well, I'll just probably cover this in a bunch of other gouache paintings or do a bullet journal type thing on top of it. Trial and error. I feel like the main issue is that I'm being a bit too ambitious. I feel like I can just go in and do a final piece. That's the issue, but I want to try and be more mindful of that. So here, I'm just going to go in without the pressure of trying to make a good piece. Okay, let's get started again. Starting off, I wanted to make this super duper colorful. I go in with warm red, oranges, and yellows on the face to block in highlights and shadows. I want each color to be distinct while also being only slightly blended. For the hair, I go in with a more saturated purple. I really like the color combo of red, orange, yellow, and purple. It kind of reminds me of a sunset, you know? I also use that purple for the very, very darkest shadows like under the neck and under the eyes. I didn't really have a main objective for the background, I really just wanted to cover up what I'd previously done. I take some leftover colors on the palette and start going over. In the end, it turned out to be this sort of blended, light almost? Not entirely sure about that. The eyelashes still do look problematic, but hey, I tried. I put that tear back in there with the rest of the purple and touched up a few things. The more I progressed, the more I was happy with the piece. This, is what happens when you try to continue painting while other parts are still wet. I lost track of time. I started this at around 11 and now it's 2:30, so that means the piece is basically done. I'm so glad I could just take a moment and be able to create something that I really like. When it comes to gouache and paint in general, I have a lot to learn, but I think that being able to play around with it will definitely help in that process. While I might not know the slightest thing about color, I also really love how the colors turn out. Like I said, the lips are a bit more distinct than before, and I really like the way the eyes turned out. Not really the forehead eye, that could use some improvement though. Definitely a step up from what I did before. I love how all the colors work together, and it's just really nice. I love the fact that I wasn't like pressured to make like a good piece like before, and I feel like it turned out a lot better than I thought it would. So that's fun. Okay, well, I will see you next video. Thanks for watching. Bye!